Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. Hope you are doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out this website right here called Survey Honey, and maybe you're wondering, is this a legitimate way for you to make money? It says here, take surveys, get paid, sign up and earn $3 in your first 3 minutes. That's pretty, fast and crazy, right? Even though $3 is not much. Let's see whether this is legit. Is this worth your time? Or are there better ways to make money online, okay? At any time, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, click the link below, and I'll send you my favorite strategy. Now, I've reviewed hundreds of different ways to make money. Some of them are great, some of them are so-so, some of them are just a waste of time. So let's check out Survey Honey to find out whether this is a good use of your time or not. Now, Survey Honey is a 100% legitimate survey website based in the US. So you must be based in the USA, otherwise you cannot get access to these surveys, okay? So I would say that is one of the biggest restrictions, because a lot of other survey companies and websites and apps I've reviewed are basically global, right? So these guys, only Americans are allowed to basically sign up. So if you're not based in the US, unfortunately, Survey Honey is not going to work for you, right? If you are based in the US, this is how this works, okay? You can sign up with Facebook or with Google right here. And as soon as you sign up, they're going to give you access to a few different profiles, options that you can fill up to get some bonuses, all right? So once you sign up, you will basically need to fill up your profile. I highly recommend that you do that, all right? The more information they have about you, the better they can match you with the right surveys. Now, once you've done that, you're gonna get an extra few points, all right? So you fill out your PayPal profile, you fill out your own profile, they ask you a few questions, things like that. They'll give you roughly about 100 points, and 100 points equals to $1, okay? So you get the dollar up front, which is pretty cool. If you do all that, it's gonna take you a little bit of time. And then once you do that, you'll get access to a whole bunch of surveys. Now, the big question is how long do the surveys take and how much do they pay, right? Because that's really the biggest thing that you probably want to know. Now, there's a whole bunch of different surveys that you can fill out, and they range anywhere from 6 minutes long all the way up to about 45 minutes, okay? So there is a big range, but on average, you'll find mostly 6 to 8 minute surveys and roughly about 13, 14, 15 minute surveys, all right? So those are basically the ranges that you'll find, so not too long. And how much do they pay? The 6 minute surveys pay on average about 32 coins, which is equivalent to 32 cents. And the medium surveys, they will pay roughly about 100 to 120 coins. That's roughly about $1 to $1.20 for 15 minutes. That's actually really good, by the way, for surveys. And then the better ones that are longer, they'll pay more. They'll pay like 300 coins, so $3, sometimes $3.50, but those are very rare, okay? Now, don't get excited just yet, because there is unfortunately a big problem with some of these surveys, even though they do offer some high-paying surveys, okay? So we'll talk about that next. Now, once you start filling out surveys, what happens is, you get them done, and once you get them done, you get paid for it, and then you get to cash out, okay? Now, the big question is, how do you cash out? So the way that Survey Honey pays is only through PayPal, all right? So if you don't have a PayPal account, and you're not based in the US, and it's not a registered PayPal account, then you're not going to be able to withdraw. But it's okay, because you can just go to paypal.com and sign up for a free account, and then make sure you get approved using your ID and your home address, okay? Now, once you do that, they have an $18 threshold. That means you must make $18 worth before you can actually withdraw your money. Now, $18 as a threshold is very high for a survey website. Most survey websites I've reviewed have a threshold of about $1, $5, sometimes $10. So $18 is one of the highest that I've ever heard for a survey website, and it's gonna take you a little while, okay, to get to $18, right? If you're lucky and you qualify and you fill out some surveys for that are 15 minutes long, then you can make $1 a survey, right? But not all of them are going to be 15 minutes long. Some of them are only 6 minutes, some of them are 8 minutes. Sometimes you don't get access to surveys at all right? So it might take you a little bit of time before you hit the $18 threshold. Now, when you do, or if you do, okay, they pay 2 weeks later, so it's very, very slow, all right? Or you can get paid within 24 hours as an option, but you have to give up 20% of your, they charge you a 20% fee, basically, on what you have, which is crazy. Okay, I've never heard that before, because most survey websites will pay within 24 hours and they don't charge you anything extra for that. That's just a normal thing, but these guys, I don't know, they seem a little bit lazy to me because they only pay you out 2 weeks later, and if you want a 24-hour pay, you have to give away 20% of your earnings, which I think is not very fair, okay, for a survey website, because you're filling out surveys anyway, right? Okay, so the big problem, I think, with Survey Honey, even though I think, there's some pretty decent surveys on here, and they pay pretty well. Okay, I would say slightly above industry average. For 15 minutes, you're getting like $1, but again, you don't get access to those kind of surveys all the time. All right, so two big issues with this type of survey business, unfortunately. Number one, they don't have a million surveys for you to fill out. Okay, so every day, if you log in, sometimes you'll get access to a decent amount of surveys. Sometimes you won't have access to surveys. It depends on your luck, all right? It depends on the supply of surveys they have at that particular time. So that's the first problem. You can't really rely on them because you don't know how many surveys you're going to get at any particular point in time. The second problem is that you're not going to qualify for every single survey, unfortunately, okay? So the way it works is when you fill out your surveys, you have to answer some pre-qualification questions because they want to match the best candidate with the best survey for their clients, right? So if you don't match, you can't fill out the survey. You're not going to qualify for it. Now, out of 10 surveys, the success rate is quite low. It's only about 20 or 30%. That means out of 10 surveys that you try to apply for, you're only going to be successful with 2 or 3, all right? Which means that you have to waste a lot of time applying to a lot of surveys before you get access to your 2 or 3 surveys. So the success rate is 20 to 30%, which is quite low, which means that you're not going to be able to fill out that many surveys, and it takes quite a lot of time, which can be quite frustrating, okay? So even though Survey Honey, I think, is a pretty cool survey website, it has quite a few disadvantages, I think. So downsides are it's only based in the US, so anybody outside of the US, unfortunately, you can't do this. The success rate for you to apply for a survey is quite low, only 20 or 30%. The threshold to withdraw your money is quite high. It's $18, which is the highest I've ever heard in the survey industry. And unfortunately, they don't pay very fast. 2 weeks, or they, over 24 hours, they keep 20% of your earnings, which I think really sucks. Okay, so but other than that, it is free, and if you want to check it out, you can. Just understand that overall, you're not going to get rich filling out surveys. Okay, now I want you to take this as, it's great pocket money, right? So sign up if you're based in the US. Take a few surveys here and there. You might be able to earn an extra $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, all right, if you're pretty active, but don't expect to earn, thousands of dollars a month. This is not going to replace your job income. You can't rely on this to help you travel around the world or retire or anything like that. This is just a free website. You fill out a few surveys, you get a little bit of pocket change here and there, and that's all great and good. And that's pretty much it, okay? And if that's the kind of income that you're after, then you can check out surveyhoney.com, all right? Now, for those of you who are watching this video right now and you're looking for something more, right? You understand that, the internet's a very powerful place. You want to make big income. You're talking about, you're thinking hundreds of dollars a day, maybe, thousands of dollars a month. You want to replace your income. You want to double, triple, quadruple that if possible, so that you can create more freedom in your life, okay? Now, the internet's a powerful place. I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different strategies. I've invested a lot of money in different business models, and out of all of them, my favorite way for a beginner to go from zero to their first $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, is only one particular strategy. If you would like to check that out for free, you can just click the link below and I'll send that to you. You can check it out if you would like, all right? I hope you enjoyed this review of Survey Honey. I wish you all the best. Hope to see you on another video review. Take care.